Hello, Wiffle Nation, and welcome to episode 3 of Around the World of Wiffle. I'm your host, Carl Coffey. Now let's meet that panel from OCWA. Justin Tomkins. How are you, Justin?
Hi, world. I'm good. How you doing, Carl?
Representing AWAA and Palisades, Jimmy Cole.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm great, Carl. How are you?
Nice shirt. Representing Will, his ATWOW debut, the youngster just hit puberty, Jacob Davey.
How are you doing?
And the veteran from Minnesota Wiffle and ATWOW, Trent Steffes. How are you, Trent?
Hi. Oh, good.
Jacob, do you know how this works?
Yeah, I watched it before, but you can go down the info.
3 points for a great response, 2 points for a good response, 1 point for an okay response, -1 for boring, -2 for dumb, and -3 for a sickle response. Got it?
All right.
Answers about 30 to 45 seconds. After 4 questions, we eliminate 2 people. Have a mystery question for the championship. Real simple. You guys ready? Justin Tomkins, you're going to lead it off. Here we go. Are dynasties good for wiffle ball tournaments? Justin Tomkins, go.
I don't think so. The dynasties of the NWA tournament. I'd say no, just because I've seen super teams kill the fast pitch version of Golden Stick. It hurts tournaments like that. However, I think in the NWA tournament we have a level playing field because it's just guys from our league. That's it. So, if you get some talent and you recruit other leagues and you can knock people off, ask Trent. NWA knocked us off last year. So I think we have it right, but I think dynasties overall kind of hurt the sport.
Jimmy Cole.
I kind of agree. I think dynasties are good in that it gives new players and outsiders like that top person or team to aim for, and they could always reference, be like, hey, Steffi, that guy's on Tosh Point up. Like, yeah, he's the best. So everyone usually knows who the best is, and it gives better publicity. But I think NWLA doesn't have a problem because all this stuff is homegrown. It's not all these other tournaments.
Jacob.
I'm going to have to say no as well, mostly just for tournaments and not for leagues. For tournaments, I believe that you should just get a good base of people and then grow from there. And I don't think you'll be able to grow as much if you have dynasties winning year after year. People aren't want to come and give it a chance.
All right, Trent, you're last. Dynasties, good or bad?
I really think it depends on the situation, because I think for we're talking tournaments here, but for leagues they're good because, like someone mentioned, there's a benchmark, and it's kind of like bragging rights. Like in HRL, if you knock off the Reds, who are arguably the best dynasty of all time, that's like a feather in your cap. For NWLA tournament, we knocked off OCWA, a dynasty in that, and that really gave us confidence. And if someone knocks off WSEM, that's another confidence booster. But I think the only place that dynasties aren't really that good are tournaments that are for cash, because you don't want to, it's like Fast Plastic and the Texas Open. If the same team were to win it year after year, the people aren't going to want to spend the money to go try to win the money. But in a league where it's basically just like having a dynasty provides a storyline, and that's really good for leagues, especially like NWA tournament.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys. Second question, Jimmy Cole, you're going to lead off here. What will it take to get NWA Wifflers to fully embrace and join the Fast Plastic tournament? Seeing Jimmy Cole, Justin Tomkins, you know about this. Jimmy Cole, lead it off.
I don't know if it really will be widely embraced, as most wiffle ball players are cheap and don't really travel that well. And another thing is that the style of play doesn't exactly translate well. You really have to be at the top of your game in NWLA to really compete well at Fast Plastic. And also, most of these leagues don't use the balls, and it feels like a different game. But I think everyone should at least experience it, but it's going to be tough really to get the people to travel. That's the big thing. And going to 2 big tournaments a year is not easy.
Jacob Davey.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with Jimmy. It's just a completely different style of wiffle ball, and like I don't think they'll ever be able to fully embrace each other. But with that $10,000 offer and stuff like that, and just showing that it's a great atmosphere down there, I think maybe they could offer a tournament or something in Ohio up in like NWA land, and try and give them a better chance to see what it's like, and that before they spend all the money to go down to Texas.
Trent Steffes.
It's going to take a massive overhaul of mindsets to get NWLA Wifflers to go join Fast Plastic because, if you talk to people outside of the NWLA, like Jordan Robles from Palisades and leagues like that, he's like a hired mercenary. He plays wiffle ball to win money. The thing that NWLA is centered around in all like Midwestern leagues especially are centered on is that like you play wiffle ball for fun, you play it for like the camaraderie and the competitiveness. You don't necessarily play for money, and that's what that tournament's based around. So if they're going to want to get like Midwestern people from NWLA, like people from Minnesota who only play for pride, it's going to take a huge shift in mindset.
Okay, and Justin.
You guys are all dead wrong. Come on. There's 3 things you got to do. That's it. 1, money. The $10,000 thing for NWLA teams, if we would have had another month's notice, we would have had 3 teams there. No questions asked. We would have 3 teams there. 2, exposure in NWLA markets. You got to have a regional in Minnesota. You got to have a regional in Pennsylvania. You got to have one in New York. You probably should have one in Chicago or Michigan or somewhere like that. Midwest, East Coast. Exposure. 3, money. I said that already, but it's important. Money. You want to make it really happen. Let the winner of the NWLA tournament get an automatic bid. It's the way it could work.
Okay. And that's the halftime. We got a score. We got Justin Tomkins with 11, Jimmy Cole 10, Jacob Davey 7, and Trent Steffes 12. There's still 2 more questions, guys. And Jacob Davey, you're going to lead off here.
All right.
Do you take wiffle leagues that don't use official wiffle balls serious? Go.
Well, yes, I kind of have to take them serious because Whiff Life League doesn't use them in league play. But I just look at it as a different style of wiffle ball. I mean, I see it no different than big bat, banana bat, or base running, non-base running. With so many different styles of wiffle ball, I don't see that there's like a right way to play it. So, I mean, the official rules on the wiffle website aren't followed by pretty much every league out there. So I just see as another style of wiffle ball, and if a league's doing whatever they can to be successful and staying professional and having fun, I got to take them serious.
Trent Steffes, wiffle balls. Go.
I want to preempt this by saying that I'm a very big proponent of to each league their own. It's really hard to judge another league in terms of stuff like this. But with that being said, I really don't, because if you're going to call yourself a wiffle ball league, you should definitely be using a wiffle ball, not one of the all holes ball. And that's kind of where griffle ball league gets a pass from me, because they don't call themselves a wiffle ball league; they call themselves a griffle ball league. But yeah, no, ever since we switched over full time to wiffle ball, to official wiffle balls in MNWA, I've just had I without offending Jacob here, I don't have a ton of respect for just for using like nothing.
But he calls his league Whiff is Life. There's no wiffle. Right?
True.
Okay.
True.
Justin Tomkins.
As a committee member, we don't have rules on this, and we fully condone anyone using any ball they want. Now, as a player, I think that it's kind of blasphemous, but in the sense, let me make an example. NWLA tournament, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage by not using those balls, and even if you're not even using the yellow bat, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. When you go to these tournaments, if you want to do well, you got to use the wiffle ball. So if you want to use it in your league, fine, but it's hurting you.
Perfect. Yep. And Jimmy Cole.
I don't really have a problem with it, but they shouldn't be called wiffle ball leagues because, I mean, it's in the name. So you should just call yourself something else. I think playing any sort of like alternative competitive baseball sport, whether it be like blitzball or strike 3, balls and Champ Pro poly molded balls, are gonna help hitting wise, pitching is every single ball you use is going to be different. And when you get to NWLA, you can't just pick it up like that unless you use it every single day.
Thank you very much. We got one more question until we see the eliminations. Trent Steffes is going to lead us off here. Buckets. Are they a must-have on the mound? Go.
Before I get started, shout out to my good friend Mark Phillips. Go Spartans! But in terms of buckets in wiffle ball, I'm gonna have to. It's a league by league basis. Now in a league like HRL and MNWA, it's an absolute must-have. To retrieve a ball after every pitch would be absolutely ridiculous. But then I've recently been enlightened to the world of thinking that having one ball is good. So it's a really league by league basis. But because of my leagues that I play in, I don't understand how you could even function as a league without a bucket of balls out there.
Thank you. And Justin Tomkins.
It's not an absolute necessity. I'm not going to say it is. I've played in plenty of golden stick tournaments, plenty of fast plastic tournaments that use the one ball. Pitchers like it because it's more consistent, just the same thing every time. Same ball, you know what it's going to do. However, batter also knows what it's going to do. Raises the overall level of play, but slows the game down a little bit. It's worth it here and there. It depends league to league, but I really like the one ball.
What about for clean ball tournaments?
Well, for clean ball tournaments, if you're truly putting in clean balls every time, they're going to all be the same in theory. However, they get worn, stuff like that, so it's a little different.
Okay. Jimmy Cole.
I think for leagues, you need to do it, especially if you have multiple teams, and I think it makes it more fair. But for certain tournaments, I don't think so. And also, it really depends on your league. If you use a bucket with a cut ball league, the batter has no idea what's coming every single pitch. You can mix in clean balls, and that's what Palisades does, and it gives the pitcher even more of an unfair advantage. But for clean ball leagues, I think you just need to do it just because you'll never get games done with.
All right, Jacob Davey, you got a lot to catch up to. You got to knock this one out of the park. You got 45 seconds. Go.
All right. Well, I think it is the best way to do it, especially if you use multiple balls. I mean, it keeps things very organized and it flows the best way. I made the mistake my first couple years with the Whiff is Life League. We didn't use a bucket. Balls were flying all over the place. Games were taking forever. But then once you get the bucket going, I mean, get the gameplay moving, and it's just the best way to do it.
All right, guys. Just like that, we have some eliminations. With 12 points in his debut. It's all right, Jacob. Come back again, okay?
All right, I got a lot to learn.
It's all right, man. With 18 points, just missing the championship, Jimmy Cole.
You're going to say no to this? How dare you?
Good hustle,
cutest
Russell. We'll see you later.
goddamn dog.
With 19 points, Trent Steffes. And with 21 points, Justin Tomkins. So, Justin, you can go first or second on this mystery question.
I made the mistake of going second last time, so I'm going to take first this time.
That's a good strategy. All right, you got a minute. And here's the question. Trent, you ready?
Yep.
All right, here you go. Justin, is Tim Stewart growing his National Wiffle organization too fast? Or is this tournament circuit the next big thing, especially in the Wiffle Week South Conference or South region?
I think he's expanding way too fast. Now, I will say the South is hurting for wiffle ball. They need something down there. Golden Stick kind of left them behind. Fast Plastic's coming back a little bit. But you really need something down there, and that's what one tournament did. One tournament did that for them. Expanding north into Fast Plastic and NWLA tournament regions are bad. And it's just too much too quickly. He needs to start slow like the NWLA tournament did, like all these other leagues did. Start local and then grow.
So like with the NWLA, the first 4 years, we never left Ohio. Something like that.
Right.
Just stay in Tennessee for 3 years, grow it, and then maybe go to West Virginia or Texas or Georgia, right?
Yeah, we built a brand first and then expanded later.
Perfect. All right, Trent, what do you got?
I really don't see the harm in taking an aggressive approach to try to grow his tournament because I think we've all discussed this before. Wiffle ball is very cyclical, and we're coming up to a point in the wiffle ball life cycle where there's going to be a new national powerhouse coming up soon. Like HRL dominated the late 2000s, then it became WSEM and NWA tournament and everything like that. London used to be big. NWA tournament's the big thing. So what's the next big thing? And that's why I really respect what Tim's doing, taking an aggressive approach to try to be that next big thing. I just think he's doing the right thing because he's getting people involved. I really don't see the harm in that at all.
All right, it's close. You guys are separated by 1 point. With 5 points, Trent Steffes, you are eliminated.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Justin made a bunch of good points that I was going to take, so I'm not surprised I lost. Thanks for having me on, Mark. I almost thought Mark Phillips was going to cost me this final round.
Almost. You got your negative points, but you got to the finals. All right. See you.
Yep. See you.
All right, Justin, you got 30 seconds. It's your world. What do you got to say?
We had a great year, all things considered, playing wiffle ball, and we're really looking forward to 2018. I'm personally excited because I'm going to do a little traveling. Fast Plastic's back, and we're planning on following a lot of that circuit. NWA tournaments, kicking up. OCWA is always around, and we'll start planning all that stuff as soon as the new year kicks in. So it's been a good year. Looking forward to a better 2018.
No one plays more styles of wiffle ball more than Justin Tomkins.
Yeah, Jimmy Cole gives me a run for my money.
All right, so Jacob Davey, Jimmy Cole, Trent Steffes, Justin Tomkins, I'm Carl Coffey. We'll talk to you next time. Around the World of Wiffle. See ya!
See ya!